Mega Evolutions are back. A Pokemon ZA leak just gave us potentially a bunch of new Megas, and today we're breaking down how they stack up in Draft League. Are these new Megas broken first rounds or just overhyped gimmicks? What's going on, my fellows? Let's break it all down and see where they fit in a draft format. If you love Draft League content, hit that subscribe button because we're covering everything as soon as it drops. Before we begin, just so you guys know, these are spoilers and potential leaks for the game, so do not click on it unless you are wanting to be spoiled on it. Alright, let's start with some of the biggest reveals that I think are going to pop off. Greninja was already one of the most versatile Pokemon in Draft League, but now it has a Mega Evolution? If this thing keeps Protean, it might just be outright broken. If it gets extra bulk, that means fewer Pokemon are going to be able to revenge it, and if it has higher special attack, its insane coverage just got even harder to switch into. If this thing is legal in Draft League, expect it to be a round 1 auto pick, no questions asked. Zeraora is already one of the best fast pivots in Draft League, and with Mega Evolution, it can become even scarier. Is it still blazing fast? Expect it to be an anchor of one of the best Volt Turn cores in the format. If it gets boosted attack with its already insane coverage, this could make it even deadlier. And adding a little extra bulk could turn it from a glass cannon into a real problem to check. If Mega Zeraora keeps its speed, it's a guaranteed top 5 Mega, no hesitation. Guys, Zygarde already has 2 insanely strong forms at 50% and 100%, but now we're adding a Mega? This could be one of the most terrifying Pokemon in Draft League history. If it still has 1,000 arrows, which I don't know why they would take it away, it could be incredibly broken. No Pokemon is safe. If you even give it a little bit more bulk, it is going to be impossible to kill. And letting it keep Dragon Dance, it's going to be banned from so many leagues. Mega Zygarde could be so oppressive that leagues I don't think are going to actually allow it. Now, while some Megas are clear powerhouses, others might be worse than their base forms. Here are a few that could end up being disappointing in Draft League. Dragonite has always thrived thanks to its amazing ability, but Mega Dragonite might not be so lucky. If it loses multiscale, it loses its defensive strengths and is no longer able to take those super effective hits at full. One of the things that made Dragonite broken was also being able to Terra, and we're going to assume that Mega Pokemon aren't going to be able to Terra, so Mega Dragonite is going to lose a lot of flexibility that Dragonite was able to have with its Terra boosts. And lastly, there's going to be no item flexibility, so losing heavy duty boots means it's way more vulnerable to hazards, losing its multiscale. Excadrill is a Draft League staple, but its Mega form might not have what it takes to stay top tier. Realistically, Megas will only have one ability, so it can either be Mold Breaker or Sand Rush, or maybe even something new. And losing Sand Rush could make Excadrill significantly less impactful in weather-based teams. And if it loses Mold Breaker, more defensive Pokemon can check it. If it loses the ability to hold boosting items like Life Orb or Choice Band, Mega Excadrill might struggle to hit as hard as it did in its base form. This is going to limit its offensive potential and makes it easier for things to switch into it. And finally, there might just be better Megas that can outshine it. You're going to see a lot of stronger, more physical Megas that might just be a better pick than Mega Excadrill. Chestnut is already a bulky physical wall, but its Mega form might not elevate it as much as you'd hope in Draft League. If it doesn't have a significant type change, it is going to be very vulnerable to flying type attacks, making it a very easy target to powerful flying type threats. Will it still be super slow? Mega Chestnut just might not be able to be fast enough to find a place on a team. It's just slowness lets things take advantage of it. And finally, are its offensive stabs going to be strong enough? Its physical bulk is impressive, yes, but grass and fighting are not the best stabs and not what you really want from a Mega Pokemon. Alright, now that we've seen these crazy new Megas, let's talk about how they're shaking up Draft League. Starting off, there's going to be new first round picks, with Mega Zeraora, Mega Greninja, and Mega Zygarde looking to be big threats. That allows a lot more first round threats to fall further into the draft. Speaking of draft though, you're going to need to start drafting around these Megas early. You need to get counters as early as they can come, whether it's an unaware Pokemon, a priority user, or better defensive pivots. They're going to become even more valuable. And finally, how is this going to affect older Megas? Some of the older Megas might fall off if the new Megas outclass them. Will Mega Glade still be a round 1 pick, or will a new Mega take its spot, allowing it to go later into the 2nd or 3rd round? The last thing we're going to do is make some predictions. If we were drafting today, I'm going to guess where the Megas would go. And here are my predictions. Round 1 would be Greninja, Zeraora, and Zygarde. Those things look to be dominant. Round 2 to 3 would be Starmie, Dragonite, Clefable, Scolipede, and Excadrill. I think they have some promise, but they might not be the best mega you want. The mid rounds, I'm thinking Chandelure, Scrafty, Hawlucha, Feraligatr, and Delphox. There's a chance that they could get buffs to make them amazing, but this is probably where I'd guess they go. Finally, the low tier gamble picks would be Skarmory, Frostlass, Pyroar, Dragalge, Barbaracle, Drampa, Phalanx, Victreebel, Emboar, Meganium, and Chestnut. I just don't think these are going to be as impressive megas, but I am so excited to see. And of course, this is all just my speculation and my opinion, but I guarantee some of these Pokemon will be first round pick material. Now, I want to hear from you guys. Which of these new megas are you most excited for in Draft League? Which ones do you think will be completely busted? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more Pokemon ZA Draft League content, subscribe because we're covering everything as it drops. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.